All right, so I spent $1,000 on, well, a bit more probably, on the two electronic torque wrenches that Matco puts out. I'm going to tell you why I think that they're worth buying, and I've had a lot of torque wrenches, and they've all been Snap-on or Matco, whatever. The reason why I bought the electronic torque wrenches from Matco is because I was doing a lot of business with them, and I just try to keep my business with one guy. In Sacramento, Jim Gilbo he would help warranty all the other stuff by meeting up with the other guys and getting your stuff warranty. He went above and beyond. A lot of times anymore, people don't go above and beyond, but I do prefer to have a truck rather than some service department I have to deal with, and I can get my torque wrench back. I can get it calibrated, and they should be calibrated at least every year, a couple of years, but I think by the book every year if you're doing major engine work. At least for insurance policies, I know that some people will send the tools out for their guys to make sure that they're calibrated. That way it covers them on the other end when they're asked, are you using calibrated tools? That might be an ISO standard, but I don't know that for certain. But let me tell you why I decided to buy them, and I realize it's a lot of money. But buy it once, buy it right. And when you go to add that 90 degrees, you and we all know if we've tried to torque those head bolts to that additional 90 degrees or something else, if it's at the very back of the engine, sometimes you don't know what that 90 is, even when you're using paint. So for these guys who are really particular, when you're adding degrees, sometimes you want to be able to add that up. Those meters clearly do that, right? Because they can do angles in percentages and degrees, or degrees rather. So I think that they're worth the buy. I bought, like I said, mine from Matco. I'll show you one. I'm sure most of you guys have all seen an electronic torque wrench, but maybe you might note that I've had this one for years. I never put the batteries in it, right? They sit there. I never put the cap on it. And this one isn't calibrated. And the reason why is because the other one is. So one thing to note about these electrical torque wrenches or electronic torque wrenches is you need to set them down to calibrate them for degrees. The last one, this was in 2020 that this one went. So, you know, I use them for stuff in particular for the degrees, like the injector bolts and the head bolts and stuff like that are really a lot higher than those ranges. I do believe that one goes to 250, but don't quote me on that. You can look it up. I'm not selling them, and I'm not giving a link for them to try to make money. I just think if you're going to buy a torque wrench, buy that one. I've had the click type. I like click type. I do not trust the ones where you adjust the bottom. And guys, if you're putting your name on building an engine, don't you want to know it was sat? I mean, don't you want to know? So calibrate your tools, and if you can, man, swing one of those. Maybe I got something I wanted to do, which was a giveaway. So maybe I'll give one of them away to someone out there. I've got a couple other tools I'm going to put up here and see which one you guys want for the giveaway, because we got to get up to 1,000 subscribers, man. So if you guys will share this with your friends and keep the good times rolling, I appreciate it, because I've got to push this online to be able to have some kind of bargaining chips later on that I'm not asking you guys to pay for. Okay, again, thank you. Have a good night.